Question 13. Okay, a equals mn squared, and m equals 5.4 times 10 to the power of 7, n equals 6.3 times 10 to the power of minus 4. Work out the value of a, give your answer in standard form to an appropriate degree of accuracy. Okay, so this is really mostly a calculator skills question and an understanding BIDMAS question, because I need to recognize, right, with my BIDMAS, that what I've got here is I haven't got any brackets, but I have an index, this n squared, which I must complete before the division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So I'm just going to complete that on my calculator, and I'm going to do that bit first. Now, if you've got a good calculator like this one, then you can put it all in, but you'd have to be very, very careful with exactly how you do that. I'd rather do this n squared first and then multiply it by my m. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So n squared is 6.3 times 10 to the minus 4. But I want to square all of that, because all of that is n. So I'm going to put all of that in brackets, right? 6.3 times by 10 to the power of minus 4. It's all of that which I'm squaring. If I don't use brackets, it will only square the last thing. Okay, so I must use brackets to represent that. And I'm going to square that, so all of that squared equals. All right, that's what the n squared bit is equal to. I'm now going to times that by m. Okay, so times it by m. So times by, I'm going to put this in brackets as well. 5.4 times 10 to the 7. I just like it, just neater, because that is, to have it in brackets, because that is what m is. All of that is what m is. Okay, so that gives me 21.4326. Okay, so you could write any of this down, but really you're just kind of rewriting this. But I'll do that. So what I've done is I've said 5.4 times 10 to the 7 is being multiplied by 6.3 times 10 to the minus 4, all of that squared. Okay, and that gave me the answer 21.4326. Problem, right, now we've got one mark here only, right, which seems, I mean, we've done the calculator skills part, but we need to give it in standard form and to an appropriate degree of accuracy. Firstly, standard form. 21.4326 is not standard form. So I'm going to put it in standard form. That's the same as 2.1436 times by just 10, isn't it? Because 21.4 is just that times by 10. But in standard form, I'd say that's 10 to the 1. 10 to the power 1. Okay, now, I'm not quite finished because it says, so I've done that, I've worked out the value of A, I've put it in standard form, but an appropriate degree of accuracy. So, in the question, these were given to 1 decimal place. So an appropriate degree of accuracy here would also be to 1 decimal place. Really, if I did a greater accuracy here, it wouldn't be appropriate. I want to retain the same sort of degree of accuracy as was given in the question. So that would be 2.1 times 10 to the 1 to an appropriate degree of accuracy.